Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox, and my dog. There are rumours afoot that the whispering campaign is now turning into a shouting campaign. After what can only be described as possibly the worst week in the entire history of the SNP, there are moves afoot to begin the process of replacing Humza Yousaf. It is a matter now of when, not if. Obviously, with Murrell being charged, more charges to come. The polls are appalling. They're losing membership fast. Every bill they bring in is repealed or lost or rejected. Even the ones they manage to get through, nobody wants, and they're again trying to try and force people and force control on people, and people are starting to reject it. And then they start doing things like, let's spend £45 million on 20-mile-an-hour signs, just as Wales is rejecting that very proposal because it's proved to be an absolute failure. Humza Yousaf always likes failure. But the backroom boys are speaking up. There are moves afoot, there are plans, and the succession is definitely one of those plans. And names have been mentioned, one of which may be a surprise. One, less so. Because the plan is that they get rid of Humza quickly, before the general election, replace him with Kate Forbes. None of that would be, unexpected. However, they want a new deputy leader of the party, and they're looking at Stephen Flynn. And the plans are quite complex. The plan is now that Flynn fights this general election. Should he win, he remains as the leader of the SNP at Westminster, all four of them, or however many there are. Then, in 2026, he resigns from Westminster, comes back up to Holyrood, stands as as an MSP, and gets his place in Holyrood to take his place beside Kate Forbes and be groomed for the following leadership after she goes. This is all the plan. In the interim, he becomes the deputy leader of the SNP, and then obviously getting promoted up in 2026 to the deputy leader of the SNP government, so the deputy first minister. And it's all in place. Now, assuming he wins his seat at the next election, the next general election, should he fail to win it, then he will automatically go straight back up to Scotland and wait for the first by-election, or until 2026 when he'll go straight in. And so it's a win-win for Flynn. Old Beryl will do ever so well. Kate is going to be the new messiah, I suppose, of the SNP. Humza out, resigned to backbench work. I'm pretty sure Kate won't even offer him a milk round, let alone, the Minister for Agriculture that he offered her. There'll be a lot of changes. There'll be a lot of people out. And one of the key ones, of course, will be the Greens, assuming they're still in government. That is yet to be decided, of course. But it is no longer, as I say, a case of if, but when. And Humza must know it. Humza must be aware that there are people within his own party, forces of darkness as far as he's concerned, looking to get rid of him and to basically reverse a lot of his policies that have proved to be so controversial. This is what happens when you put an idiot who hates people in charge of a party designed to actually cause hate. It's never going to work, is it? Still, we can hope. Fantastic news either way, and one that we will obviously keep a very close eye on and bring you any updated numbers to. Now, there is an article. It's in the Herald, and we were looking at this. And they're saying that the main reason of change is that Humza has got everything wrong, that he loses every case, and that he's got no clear plans. Now, when they say no clear plans, they don't mean about any particular policy. They mean in total. He's got no clear direction in which to take the party. He's got no clear plans on how to fight the general election. He's got no clear plans on how to deliver independence. And generally, he hasn't got a clue. And it doesn't help that he keeps surrounding himself with a coterie of idiots who are even more stupid than him, simply to make him look like the wise one. It's not going to cut the mustard, is it? It butters no parsnips. People, of course, are expecting the worst, and the worst will come. And a little bit of tactical voting, of course, is the key to this. And if the people of Scotland vote sufficiently tactically in sufficient numbers, they can not only make the SNP a lot smaller in terms of losing, say, half their seats or so, but possibly get them into single figures. That would hasten their final demise. As we know, they are almost bankrupt. And I've said before in an earlier video how it's got to the point they've got so little money, they're actually asking their own candidates to pony up some of the money for the deposits. They haven't got enough money to pay all the deposits for the general election. That's how bad it is. And they've got no corporate sponsorships, falling numbers. They don't know what to do. They are literally getting to the point where they may be having to vacate their headquarters because they can't afford the rent. What hope have they got? They can apparently keep spending money on this and that and the other and producing this, that and the other. And nobody knows where the money's coming from. And there's rumours there's a lot of money. And this is where maybe where the police are shifting their focus, is that they're using government funding for party political purposes. And they're using the civil service to produce SNP material in the run-up to the election. If that's the case, then that's fraud on a grand scale, as well as breaching all kinds of electoral law. Humza Yousaf may find himself in a lot more trouble than he thought, which would be a shame, wouldn't it? I'd love to see him arrested as well. He could be sitting in a cage next to Murrell, waiting to be dragged up in front of the Procurator Fiscal and being told, oh yeah, you're going to be up. We're going to give you 10 years if you're lucky. That would be it. But Forbesy and Flynn, they're seen as the rising stars. They're seen as the great hope for the SNP. And as far as the SNP are concerned, the great hope for Scotland, which of course is absolutely rubbish. They're not. The only thing is they may not be quite so bad as the current lot. It may just give people a breathing space. I think the only good upshot is it would get rid of the Greens. Other than that, there's no reason at all for them, and that they must go at the next general and Holyrood elections. But that, good people of Scotland, is entirely up to you. Do your best, work it out. You can do it. Tactical vote. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Do please keep an eye on this story as it breaks and changes. And I will ask if you do hit the subscribe button if you're a regular viewer who's yet to subscribe. We're so close to 15,000, and it'd be absolutely marvellous to get it. I don't know if we'll get it today. That would be fantastic, but certainly the next day or two would be brilliant. So do please subscribe. Till next time, stay safe, stay well, keep an eye out. There's more to come, and I will speak to you later. Bye.